guys, this is Bench God, and in today's video, I'm going to bring you along with me while I build my first packaged sulfuric acid factory that will later be used to build my battery factory. It took me 3 whole hours to build this factory, and the exterior isn't fully finished, but the moving parts are finally completed. I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing while building it, but for most of the video, it will be just the building montage. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, I had to build the foundations for the factory, and now I'm going to get the sulfur and the water lines built up. For this build, I'm trying to produce 40 batteries per minute, and to achieve that, I'm going to need 240 sulfur and 240 water per minute. I chose this area because the water is right there in that big reservoir, and my factory will be floating above it, so I can just bring the water straight over, and the sulfur is also really close by as well. Now we're going to go ahead and pull the sulfur lines over and then get the water pulled on over. Real quick here guys, I just thought I would let you know when you have a lot of machines that are overclocked to a certain percent and you don't want to manually input that certain percent each time, you can actually only set one, and then you can click Control C on the machine you set, and then you can click Control V to paste those settings to other machines. I use this command on all my larger builds and it saves me a lot of time. As you'll see throughout my whole build, I use a manifold system to distribute my resources and my liquids. I find it to be faster to set up than a load balancer, and it is also more compact in my opinion. You can use whichever one you want, a load balancer or a manifold system. I just prefer the manifold system. At this point, the sulfuric acid production was done, but now I realized that the crude oil needed to make plastic, that is needed to make empty canisters, is across the lake, and I didn't want to bust another resource all the way over, so I'm using the alternate recipe steel canisters. Since there are 2 pure iron nodes really close by and 4 coal nodes, I decided to make steel and use that for my empty canisters, so I can package up my sulfuric acid for shipping on drones. Another little tip to make your vertical belts look better is to place a floor hole above the elevator part of the belt, and it's able to stretch all the way up. As you can see, it stops at a certain point, but if you have a floor hole above it, it will snap to it and create one continuous long belt. It makes builds look really clean when it's done like this. Right here, I am adding my coal and iron together into 6 different forges, with the last 2 of them set to 66.6667%, or 2/3. So it will come out to 240 steel per minute, which will produce me exactly 240 steel canisters. This will match the 240 sulfuric acid I'm making to give a final product of 240 sulfuric acid. Alright guys, that is the first part of the battery factory build. I now have 240 packaged sulfuric acid ready to be shipped off. In the next part, I will show you how I pull it all together to make the batteries. The rest of the video, I just build up the walls and make the factory a little better looking. Stay tuned for the next video, and leave a like if you learned something.